Hello, 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 everyone. My name is MM2 Nest Cartridge, and with me is Invarial in the commentator's booth, and together we will be bringing you CheeseReaver versus Kuru and TheRealGRBow versus Prankard in the SMRAT 2021 tournament of Super Metroid Randomizer. And these are sure to be some exciting matchups. What do you think, Invarial?
I think we have some very capable runners here in all four of these players, and this is going to be an interesting race from all four of our participants. CheeseReaver needs a moment to get settled, and then I can drop the gate and get this race going. Welcome to everybody in chat. Remukturus, Redemption, Sailor Jade, Zero. I mentioned Zero last because he said hi before any of this started. Like it wrapped around, like the counter overflowed and went back to negative values.
Yeah. Speaking of not negative values, these runners have not negative values of wins in this tournament. CheeseReaver and Kuru posting a record of 4-2 coming into this match, both of them, and TheRealGRBow and Prankard both having a record of 2-4. And those records have all been hard fought. So I am definitely excited to see what these runners will put to the table, and also what the seed will put to the table as well.
Oh, and I have been known for rolling some fantastic seeds.
Yeah, I can't deny that especially the one I raced versus Nebdi however many days ago that you rolled, that was a fun seed. Yeah, the first power bombs we got was fun, but the runners are off in the SRL room, and we will be waiting for restream delay before we see these runners take off on your Twitch stream.
Well, they won't be taking off for about 50 to 55 minutes at the earliest.
True. Yeah, I would say someone like Sloters could do it in 40-something minutes, but I don't think these runners are Sloters. But it does not mean that they are not very talented and capable runners. Yeah, they are off, and we see a very nice parlor moonfall from CheeseReaver, who also is setting up for another moonfall down the climb, as is Kuru. Prankard does the same, and we see Gerbo attempt a backup moonfall, and does get through that platform. So very nice from all four runners.
Indeed. Indeed. It looks like Cheese was the first one to the elevator, then Kuru, Prankard, and lastly, TheRealGRBow. And unsurprisingly, it is Morphing Ball at the Morph Ball pedestal.
Yeah, if it was not the Morph Ball at the Morph Ball pedestal, I would be worried that this was not an SMRAT seed.
But yeah, I would have done a big mix-up if that were the case.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the runners would as well.
Yep.
Yeah, we would probably have seen some messages in the SRL room probably 30 seconds ago, if that was the case. But we do see missiles at Alpha Missiles. I don't want to make the joke about this even being randomized.
But there it is. There it is. There it is.
Oh, there it is. But given that the HUDs are different from the
and an energy tank in the ceiling?
Yeah, the energy tank in the ceiling slightly worries me, but the power bomb at Beta Missiles.
Okay, good.
Yeah. This is indeed a randomized version of Super Metroid that we are seeing on this stream.
Okay.
We are also seeing Kuru doing those wall jumps up to Billionaires. CheeseReaver also doing the same, as the other two runners are also doing the same.
I mean, when you find early power bombs, whether they're in logic or not, in these first three items, Billy Mays is a reasonable check to make. It's out of logic, but
yeah, it's definitely it's usually worth it, but it's also a very good skip if you're facing someone that you feel like you need to make skips against to win. So it's it's a very good check early on, but it's also a very easily skippable check. And if you really want to do the meme route, then with only one power bomb pack, then you usually want to skip Billy Mays early on. That is.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, we do see all of our runners, after having checked that Billy Mays location for the E-Tank and the missile pack situated there, we do see Gerbo getting that D-boost into the energy tank in the ceiling, and another energy tank at the power bombs behind the morph ball.
Yep, so that is 1 in Logic Energy Tank, 2 out of Logic Energy Tanks, but 3 energy tanks for our runners.
Yeah, in Logic or out of Logic, I wouldn't really hesitate to make a decision if I would have died if I did not have the energy tank. At least.
Right.
Yeah, you get what I mean.
I do. I'm pointing it out for our viewers so that if we see Gravity Suit as the next item, for example, Fantoon is not in Logic yet.
That is true.
And on that note, here's a prediction. Go ahead and spend all your channel points.
Yeah, I know I'm betting for Varia because I prefer early Varia seeds. But
yeah, that is fair.
It's also that early Varia is more rare, at least in my experience. That could be confirmation bias.
Missiles at Old Mother Brain. So that's, I think, 4 vanilla items, maybe 5, if there was a missile in Billy Mays. Which there was.
Yeah, there was one of the 2 Billy Mays items was vanilla, so yeah, that's 5 vanilla items. But Bomb Torizo is not adding to that count because it is a power bomb today. So,
well,
yeah.
10 power bombs. I don't think anyone's going to go down and do reverse meme when you're right here and able to go through Terminator.
Yeah, generally going back down and doing doing meme route will...
Sorry, yes, meme route.
Yeah, meme route when you're already at BT is generally a slow thing to do, and most people don't do it. CheeseReaver is making the call to do an early gauntlet play. And Kuru's doing the 230 missiles check first, and I don't know if he'll be doing the gauntlet after that. But sometimes when you get 10 power bombs early, you like to do gauntlet early, but you can also check the back 2 items, 2 out of the 3 items in that location, without even going through and without having to have 10 power bombs. So it's a risk reward situation.
Absolutely.
So it's just, do you feel like it's worth to, number one, risk a gauntlet death? Because it is always possible to take a gauntlet death. However, these runners do have 3 energy tanks, so
yeah,
and in Kuru's case, an additional reserve tank. So it's not very likely, but it's a possibility.
Yeah, I was going to make the point that Gauntlet at 99 energy is a lot more frightening than Gauntlet at 399 energy.
Yeah, and we do see Gerbo, after having some trouble getting the Alcatraz, decides to use the power bomb. I've always been curious that if you're going out to Gauntlet, is it faster to just power bomb and go out the right side, or if you're going out to landing side after BT for whatever reason, than doing Alcatraz?
I think that it would be faster to use the power bomb if you're heading off to the right, because of how low you can lay the power bomb to destroy the 4 blocks.
Yeah, but there's also the question of the power bomb lag and
sure,
how much time the movement loses in and of itself, as opposed, yeah, it's all a question of risk reward, and I haven't gotten around to timing it out. But in vanilla game, Alcatraz saves 8 seconds, according to the wiki, which
right.
is, yeah, because you're going
infallible, which is infallible. Wikis are infallible.
Yes, wikis do possess all the knowledge in the game. There's no better source.
All right, so we've got some missiles and I think power bombs at the back of Gauntlet. Yup.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then an E-tank in the front of Gauntlet. So Gauntlet was
Another
not in
vanilla.
play. So Gerbo is having skipped Gauntlet is going to save some time over our other 3 runners. So, but if he chooses to go back to the front of Gauntlet at some later point in time, then some of that time can be lost. But the time going through the back of Gauntlet is highly unlikely to be given back by Gerbo. At least the way I see it.
Right, we see Prankard going back up again.
Yeah, this is looking like a 230 missiles check-in. It's not.
Okay.
It doesn't look like a Brinstar skip because you don't have super missiles to go over to wrecked ship at this point. So,
right.
Speaking of which, we don't have super missiles, so this will somewhat limit what the runners can do. But yeah,
it removes 2 checks until you find super missiles. It removes leaving Big Pink. And we know, well, there we go, super missiles are right there. We know that the super missiles had to be before Big Pink, and it removes the ability to check Mission Impossible and the Edekun's green door item.
As it also removes the ability to check the wave gate.
Oh, it does.
Super missiles to perform that glitch. However, that is not in logic, so it's only wave gate that's considered for wave gate, not super missiles. But do need super missiles to perform the glitch.
Right,
Yeah, we do see not really that much of value at the back of.
That's not true. Well, at the back, no, but at the
back of, at the early supers location itself, we see high jump boots, and that is definitely something of value, as well as supers below the bridge. So that is our logical first supers.
Yep, it's something of value for 3 reasons. 1, high jump boots is the worst room in the game item. 2, people love seeing high jump boots relatively early in the seed. And 3, it means that Remocturus gets to click a button, which is something that he has not been able to do for the first roughly 10 minutes of this match.
That is true. Yeah, shout outs to our tracker Remocturus, as well as, of course, my co-commentator and restreamer Varial. So, yeah, don't forget to give, in addition to giving all 4 runners a follow, you should give my co-commentator Varial a follow and our tracker Remocturus a follow. And
you should also follow MM2.
Yeah, if you really want to. Yeah, not really that much, again, of value at the first 2 locations in Edekun's, but we shall see what the third item is.
Well, we do see at 11 minutes 6 energy tanks and a reserve tank.
True, though most of those are out of logic.
Many of them are.
Yeah, Kuru giving us some very nice D-boosts through that spike room in the bottom of Edekun's, and Gerbo having a little bit more trouble with those B-toms on it, but definitely a hard room to pull off optimally.
Have another energy tank.
We do. And CheeseReaver has skipped Edekun's? I think so.
Maybe?
Yeah, I would... No, Cheese did not skip Edekun's?
Okay. Oh, he went through, he's just out before Kuru. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just saw him a fair bit ahead of Kuru, but that... Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Cheese remembering that 1 block in Mission Impossible is no longer a bomb block in SMRAT. It has been changed to a shot block to remove potential soft lock, and Cheese finds screw attack at the charge beam location. Early screw attack is always beautiful to find.
Yeah, early screw attack is just a great find because it is some sort of a contributor to Fantoon logic. And it also just makes every room of the game a lot safer, especially when you get to areas like Lower Norfair, where enemies hit for 50 damage, 100 damage, depending on what you have. And it is just such a great item to have.
It makes one room in the game slightly harder.
Well, I wouldn't say it makes one room in the game. It makes the 4 Metroid rooms slightly harder if you're going for power bomb strats.
This is fair. This is fair.
Yeah,
this is fair. I was thinking of specifically Mother Brain's room. It makes the ice clip less friendly.
Yeah, you have to. If you're gonna do the ice Zep skip in Mother Brain's room and keep screw attack on, you have to do one of two things. You have to either do the second Zep skip with either a spring ball jump or a Morphon morph, or you have to do the down back Zep skip, which involves not doing a spin jump after you get hit. Because if you do a spin jump when you have screw attack on, it resets your iframes, and you need iframes to do the Zeb skip. But we do see a Varia suit at the Wavegate location. That is out of logic, but it is a Varia suit.
It is also, we're being told, Cheese's only super missile. He got it on the first shot.
Wow. Well, that is impressive consistency.
Mm-hmm. And that's Varia for Kuru as well. That'll be Varia for GRBow.
Indeed. So we are seeing Cheese find that plasma beam at pipe missiles.
Okay.
So leaving Brinstar with Varia, High Jump, Screw, and Plasma. If you're willing to do the High Jump Lava Dive, then this is an ideal loadout for Lower Norfair, except for the fact that we only have 5 super missiles. But
right.
It's definitely a friendly loadout for Lower Norfair, regardless. At least, friendly in the sense that if you can do the lava dive trick, then it's fairly friendly.
Plasma beam for Kuru. The ammo count is a really important thing to mention. Without charge beam, missiles, super missiles, and power bombs are the only way to damage Ridley. And Ridley is the only of the 4 bosses that does not drop stuff during the fight.
Indeed. So you only get what you come in with in Ridley. So I don't know if the runners have what is necessary to kill Ridley, but I know they don't have what they want to kill Ridley with. So yeah, Kuru is going to be using power bombs to take out the Rippers at the top of Red Tower. That's a respectable decision, especially in a randomizer when you have plenty of power bombs usually at this point in the game. Plasma beam for GRBow. Yeah, taking out the Rippers in the top of Red Tower does make the jump a fair bit easier, especially since you don't have to worry about Rippers being in the way. That's generally why you would do it. But we also see an ice beam at the back of Alpha Power Bombs, Kuru having chosen to go up, and CheeseReaver having chosen to go immediately down, finds that Spazer in Kraid missile and chooses to leave it. Respectable.
Prankard opens the wave gate and finds his Varia suit, and I think Cheese made the right choice, not taking that unnecessary menu.
Yeah, if this was a logic where your suitless Meridia could be required, I would advocate more for the picking up of the spring ball, especially since we had the high jump early. But just because Spacer is more friendly for suitless Meridia than Plasma is. But given that this is SMRAT, then I would say no, don't pick up Spacer in that case.
Yeah, and that's just so that you don't kill various fish, right? Fish and crabs.
Yeah, fish and crabs, that's generally why you would do it. That's a gravity suit.
That is a gravity suit, and a Kraid down for CheeseReaver.
So yeah, gravity at Varia's vanilla location. This is a seed. Yeah, we are seeing Kuru go up to the moat area, and we probably will be seeing a CWJ from Kuru as we see him turn his high jump boots off. And yeah, he's getting that lineup. Got to be right up against the door, and he did jump on the last frame, so he does get a shot. Does miss it though. Yeah, it's a very tough trick, because if you're doing the in-room setup, you get a 1-frame window on the first jump, and you get either a 1-frame or a 2-frame window on the second jump, and he does get it the second time through.
Yep, it turns out when you don't have to precisely time things for the closing of item boxes, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's actually, some say that it is easier to do it because a fun fact about the item boxes is they only close once you do an input, and this does include holding inputs that you've been holding since you collected the item. So if you're just holding something, then the item box will immediately open. But if you don't hold anything, then you can do a rhythm with your right and jump press, which I think is 150 beats per minute, but I don't know if that's accurate, so don't quote me on that. But
fair enough. There's a wave beam for Cheese, putting that Varia suit into logic. While GRBow is fighting Kraid and was demonstrating to us that the top of Kraid's face has no missile-shaped hitbox, just casually firing missiles over Kraid's head while Kraid was sitting down.
Indeed. Yeah, I can't really expect to hit missiles at a non-existent Kraid. Yeah, GRBow does collect that gravity suit, and Prankard will probably be picking up that gravity suit in a short moment.
Right. You would suspect.
Yeah. It's what you would think. So Kuru will be heading into Fantoon right now, in fact, and we also do see a stand-up Kraid from Prankard. I don't remember. Oh, that's interesting. Getting stuck on top of Kraid's head with the platform is something I learned is now possible.
Today I learned.
Yeah, today I learned that Kraid's hitbox is janky.
Oh, you only learned that today. I see.
No. Well, I learned that the middle of Kraid's hitbox is janky a while back. I learned that the top of Kraid's head is janky today.
Okay. We see Prankard demonstrating the need to refill during the Kraid fight.
Yeah, if you run out of ammo, especially in categories where you don't come into Kraid with a lot of ammo in the first place, so in like categories like GT Classic, then it can be tough to kill a stand-up Kraid if you've already missed some ammo. But in randos, you generally have a fair bit of ammo, so it's not too big a deal.
Right.
But we do see bombs at the lower Bubble Mountains. So for a runner who can Crystal Flash clip, this would put them into go mode if they're comfortable Crystal Flash clipping in a race. But they also do need ammo, which is a large concern given that we only have 45 missiles and 15 super missiles. Now 20 for at least that's where Cheese stands.
The other thing they need is speed booster.
Yeah, logically, you would expect Speed Booster to get through the pre-Botwin hallway.
No. Not even for that. Speed Booster to collect high jump boots, to put Kraid into logic, to put gravity into logic, to put all of this other stuff into logic. Yes? Or would you just you would just go down and collect Wave Beam from GRBow's room outside high jump, use that to go back and pick up Varia to go into Norfair. I'm trying to piece the logic together. I think that means Speed Booster is in Norfair somewhere.
No. No, bombs are locked by Varia. So
bombs are locked by Varia. There we
yeah,
go.
Yeah, so bombs, they're also locked. They could be locked by Speed Booster with no Varia, but we have Varia. So I think the logic chain is wave to Varia to bombs, and then the bombs lead to the gravity. And the high jump is outstanding somewhere. So speed is somewhere, but we can't really get a good grip on where speed is just due to the number of things that are still unknown and the number of locations that we still have to check.
Yeah, I think you and Reem both are right on that. Apologies.
Yeah, we do see a save from Kuru. Usually, well, not usually, but a lot of the time you'll see runners save before the wrecked ship E-Tank just because the Spiky Room of Death is named the Spiky Room of Death for a reason. And also because I don't know. The reason I save before doing wrecked ship E-Tank is because everybody else saves before doing wrecked ship E-Tank. So I've always thought it to be faster than walking back through.
Have you considered, though, that everybody else saves before the wreck ship E-Tank because you saved the wreck ship E-Tank?
Well, given that I started saving at the wreck ship E-Tank not first, I don't know how accurate that theory is, but I would honestly think it would be a good idea to time it out and see if it's actually faster to save before the wreck ship E-Tank.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's another thing that's on
logic.
Yeah, that's another thing that's on my list of things I need to time out sometime, but that sometime is not now because I'd rather be commentating this match at this time.
Fair enough. Alright, so Cheese is through the Bubble Mountain checks.
Yeah, Cheese is probably going to be heading to Lower Norfair, but he does only have 25 supers and 45 missiles, so he's got 15 missiles of leeway, which is 2.5 supers.
You can also hit Ridley with power bombs, though, can't you?
Yes,
they do some amount of damage.
Power bombs, if you double hit them, they do 2/3 of a super of damage, or 400 damage. If you only single hit, they do 1/3 of a super, or 200 damage. So, if you come into Ridley with full ammo, you have, if let's say you double hit all of your power bombs, which I would not be confident in myself doing, because I have not practiced powerbomb Ridley fight, but you'd have, I'm trying to do math ahead.
Some leeway.
Yeah, you'd have
some leeway.
8,000. You'd have 9,500 damage of leeway. Whatever that works out to in super missiles, or power bombs, or something.
Right. The frustrating point about trying to single or double hit Ridley with power bombs is he's allergic to them and flies away from them as quickly as possible.
Indeed he does. So it's generally the best to place your power bombs in the middle of the room or as close as you can get to them with a jump morph off the wall. So, yeah. But what's interesting is, no, I shouldn't be talking about low percent RBO with G mode because I'll probably confuse everybody.
It's probably a good idea not to confuse people.
Yeah. But
I think the statement boils down to it's possible and people do it, but those people are challenging themselves unnecessarily.
It's possible and people do it, but those people are Shiny Zenny and Eternized Dragon, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, not recommended. But I will say, fighting Ridley in G mode is pretty cool, at least as a concept. Oh yeah, Kuru did skip Kraid. That is a thing to consider, because now he's not going to be getting gravity before Lower Norfair, though I do know Kuru is capable of the lava dive with high jump, so Lower Norfair probably won't be too much of a difficulty for him, but Tracker says he doesn't have screw attack. I'm pretty sure he has screw attack. Yeah,
Well,
Kuru
we
has
can wait for a jump.
Yeah, Kuru does have screw attack, so yeah, Lower Norfair probably won't be too much of a challenge for Kuru, knowing his skill level, but yeah, not getting that gravity suit will probably hurt him in the end, because I don't know how much of Upper Norfair he's going to clear for gravity before he does Crane. Or maybe he
Right.
could be
Don't worry about it, Reem.
Yeah, you're good, Reem. Everybody, as a frequent tracker myself, I have made many slip-ups, so yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah, we are. Ooh, that's a charge beam. That is a really good find, in all honesty. That puts Cheese into
super go mode.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say super go mode, because he does either need to do a crystal flash clip or find ice, which is at the top of Red Tower, or speed, which is insert location. Gosh darn it.
Insert location here. Yeah.
Yeah, insert location here of speed booster that we don't currently know. Sure, let's go with that. Yeah, ice was back about the power bumps. Yeah, Kuru
Left sandpit.
Left sandpit for speed is what you're saying?
Is what they're saying. But the true answer is GT. You
I don't know.
You're not appearing in this game.
True. Yeah. I don't know. I would say Spore Spawn holds the title for boss not appearing in this game.
That is a fair assessment, but you can check Spore Spawn's item.
You can.
Without being Spore Spawn.
But you can also check Screw Attack without seeing Spore Spawn.
But you can't check the two items in Gold Terizo's room without checking Gold Terizo.
That is true. So yeah. So yeah, I would say they're probably on equal footing, because you can have forced Spospo seeds.
Yeah.
And also any percent all bosses, it does exist.
Also, casual exists.
That is true. I have to admit it, I did do a casual playthrough of this game, and I did kill Spore Spawn in that casual playthrough.
I have to ask, in that casual playthrough of this game that you did once upon a time, to the best of your recollection, did you collect Spring Ball?
No. I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Fair enough.
Yeah, yes, Colchis. Mandatory Spore Spawn fight seeds can happen and have happened. I have played through a few of them. It's not often, but they do happen.
I have not rolled one yet.
Yeah, I have not. I have probably rolled one. I wouldn't say I've rolled many.
Well, we have Cheese leaving Ridley without checking the item behind Ridley. We know it's not Charge Beam. We know it's not Bombs. We know it's not Ice or Spacer. We know it can't be Speed Booster or Space Jump. So there's really no point in checking it.
Yeah, given Cheese is only looking for Ice or Speed at this point, since I'm assuming he's not going to be Crystal Flash Clipping, then I'm probably thinking, yeah, there's no real reason to check behind Ridley at this point. GRBow is not doing Ridley at this point. He is, I assume, looking for more things to kill Ridley with.
Right. Little does he know, if he moves forward just a little bit, he will have a Ridley killing thing.
Indeed. Yeah, we are seeing a Crocomire check from Kuru. probably for gravity, although obviously we know that gravity is not at Croc, much as I know CheeseReaver would be on about keeping the faith with Crocomire.
Yeah, Cheese would absolutely love as many major items as possible to be behind Crocomire, the 4-eyed or 8-eyed wonder.
Yeah, 4-eyed or 8-eyed. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe the other side has a different number of eyes and it's a 6-eyed wonder or something like that.
Well, when you get the skeleton a little bit from now, you can see straight through Crocomire's skull, so it's possible those eyes are just cylinders that go all the way through.
That is true. That is true. Maybe, who knows? Crocomire is definitely a wonder.
Do we have any concept art of Crocomire facing toward the right?
That's a grapple beam, and CheeseReaver has chosen to skip it. I don't know how I feel about this play. He doesn't need it, but it does make Dragon fight a bit faster.
This is true. He does have charged plasma.
He does have charged wave plasma, but he doesn't have X-ray for microwave. So,
right, it does mean the fight will take slightly longer, but it also means like he's probably not going to be checking Check Tool, the only item that Grapple really unlocks. And there are other ways through Bot Wound than Speed Booster, and we know where one of them is. He doesn't, but we do.
Yeah.
So we know he's not really gonna miss the opportunity to go to Dragon as long as he goes to the wrecked ship. Prankard and GRBow, by the way, both in Lower Norfair, both just collected their charge beams, both heading down to face Metal Pirates and then Ridley.
Yeah, GRBow in the middle of a fierce battle with the first one, and now will be facing the second one as Prankard faces the first one. This is actually a really close race between Prankard and GRBow so far, given that they are...
It is.
Yeah, they are screen for screen at this point. So, yeah, it's not every day you get to see a really close race like this. And a very nice deboost from Kuru, just missing the intended landing place. I won't say landing site because that's a room in a place that's not Norfair.
Oh, is that the place where all four of these runners are supposed to be taking off soon?
Yeah, according to the rules, you're supposed to flip some specific bit in this game's memory, and then you're supposed to like face forward on some ship, and I think it's in landing site. So
okay.
Yeah, I think that's why we're playing this game. Yeah, a prerequisite to flipping that bit is fighting these four bosses, and one of those is Ridley, as Prankard is facing right now. So that is... it's going fairly well, given that I think he's missed two supers at this point, so he will be having to go to charged plasma shots, but charged plasma wave shots deal just a bit more than supers, so it's not that bad.
Right. We see...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Well, we see Cheese heading up, but we see the real GRBow farming before Ridley. Has opened the door, gotten super missiles, and is farming up reserve tanks just for that extra layer of safety. And Cheese is heading toward deeper into Meridia.
Indeed, Cheese will be checking the Mama Turtle locations after having done the mainstream missiles and the Crab Supers peak. But Colchish in chat, is CheeseReaver going to do Spring Ball's Crystal Flash Clip? Given that he has bombs, I would say no, he would do the Bomb Crystal Flash Clip if he's going to Crystal Flash Clip at all. And unbiased, in my opinion, I say that Bomb Crystal Flash Clip is easier than Spring Ball Crystal Flash Clip, because if you don't have jump mapped to a shoulder button, then you have to release jump frame perfectly on the frame the game checks for your Crystal Flash inputs. So that makes it a lot harder than just doing a bomb Crystal Flash clip or a jump morph suitless Crystal Flash clip. Remarkers, CheeseReaver has Spring Ball marked, and I just saw him menu, and it doesn't look like he has Spring Ball, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we've actually seen Spring Ball.
Yeah, it makes me happy to see that.
To not see that, you mean?
To see that we haven't seen Spring Ball. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Space Jump is definitely a thing that is nice to see. Space Jump just makes all the movement nicer, despite the jank. Space Jump is Go ahead.
But very little of that jank underwater.
Indeed, water has its own separate mechanics for Space Jump. It's different. You can use your same non-water mechanics underwater, but you can also just go a lot faster with a different rhythm. CheeseReaver does see 2 super missiles and Watering Hole, decides to skip them both. And yes, space. Sorry, go for it.
I was just going to say that the super missile waypoint has already been cleared, so.
Yeah, we do not need any more super missiles to beat this game, because we have Charge Beam and a few other beams, one of them being Plasma, so Mother Brain isn't going to be too terrible. Yeah, and Ridley is down, so Mother Brain is not going to be too terrible.
You do absolutely need grapple for Shacktool in SMRAT logic. You can use Ice Beam to do the ice clip. There are probably 17 other clips that I don't know about. But grapple plus space jump plus gravity suit is the intended path.
Yeah, you can also X-ray climb. You can also do a Crystal Flash clip, but I'm pretty sure that's the only clips into Shacktool that I know of. So, yeah. Needless to say, grappling in there.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Prankard does not have ice. So this is... Oh, no. No! Why did I open my mouth? Why did I say words?
Okay, he's fine. He did the backup, and he is now out and will be trying this again.
Oh. Oh. I think if that happened to me in a race, I would save and try again.
And he does get through. Very
okay.
Nice. Yeah. That soft lock happened to me in week 1, and it was not fun. And he is taking that safety save, so we are good.
He's taking that safety save after the fact, though.
He is, but it's just a reassuring thing, at least in my mind. But
right.
Yeah.
We see CheeseReaver attempting the Crystal Flash. Get through to Balloon.
Yeah, we are seeing a Crystal Flash clip attempts, or a few of them, and does not manage to get it. So, okay, good. He did make a safety save before attempting it.
Good. Good.
And the TheRealGRBow is now the second of the 4 runners to keep the faith and place his bets on the 8-eyed wonder, as Chief would say.
But the first of our runners to make good use of the Charge Plasma defeat Crocomire in one hit strategy.
That is true. Yeah, Charge Plasma, due to Plasma passing through enemies and intending to be just a piercing weapon, pierces Crocomire, but Crocomire will just take a lot of hits from the Charge Plasma, so just steps back to basically infinity and dies in the acid. It's a sad tale.
It's kind of satisfying to watch the first time.
It is. It's definitely satisfying. And speaking of other funny slash satisfying things to watch related to Crocomire, grappling Crocomire.
Yes. Pull those
Yes.
limbs off.
That is
that one limb.
Yeah, one limb. Needless to say, it's still funny. And CheeseReaver is heading down to top of Red Tower, and he will be finding the Ice Beam. So that will resolve his Crystal Flash Clip dilemma, but it will not resolve his having to go back down through the top of Red Tower and back through the first half of Meridian dilemma.
SMRAT stands for the Super Metroid Randomizer Accessibility Tournament.
It does, and the reason it's called that is because it is designed to be accessible to as many people / runners as possible. And how it does that is by having as few tricks in logic as possible. The only trick outside of the core tricks needed to 100% the game, the vanilla game, is infinite bomb jumping. And the reason it is that way is because infinite bomb jumping is apparently intended by the developers because they put a demo of it in the title screen once you beat the game.
Yeah, I would like to mention that while every SMRAT seed is beatable with just those tricks, any other tricks you know will definitely come in handy. And SMRAT, among other things, helps introduce newer players to the concept of Super Metroid Randomizer.
It does, and although not necessary to beat the seed, it is almost necessary to post times that are on par with other runners' times. It is almost necessary to do the advanced tricks that other runners are doing. However, it is not necessary to do those tricks to beat any SMRAT seed at all. So, and one of those tricks that are in logic is infinite bomb jumping, as we see TheRealGRBow doing at this moment in time, right now.
We saw Prankard attempting a Stroutlog Crystal Flash.
No. Yeah, he was attempting a Crystal Flash Clip, but not the suitless Crystal Flash Clip with the jump morph, which I'm pretty sure is
No. He's attempting the Stroutlog Crystal Flash, the kind of Crystal Flash where you have fewer than 10 super missiles when you attempt it.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't know that was called Stroutlog's Crystal Flash, but yeah, that's...
Well, I'm calling it that because Stroutlog is the one that did that during an SMRAT race last year. And then it took like 3 runs through this room and killing one of the mock droids and having it drop a super missile before Straut realized, I only have 7, and it takes 10.
It does, yeah. You won't be seeing Prankard get this Crystal Flash Clip, despite how good his timing may be. But Kuru does get through that speedway room without speed first try with the plasma wave shot method that we saw Prankard do earlier. And we also see super missiles at Indiana Jones missiles, which TheRealGRBow is not interested in and will not be picking up.
Mm-hmm.
And right now we are seeing CheeseReaver approach Dragon, the third of the 4 bosses that he will have to beat in order to beat the game. And
bottom of Red Tower, actually. Well,
bottom
of the top of Red Tower. Bottom of the top.
Yeah, back of Alpha BBs was the exact location.
We see Prankard trying again, and none of the enemies on screen gave him that helpful hint that the super missile drop. So we're gonna see 5 more attempts from Prankard here. Welcome, Phoenix Down. Before another reset.
Yeah, I just hope he gets the hint and farms those supers back up before GRBow catches up. Well, I wouldn't say I hope it, because I want this to be a close race, just because that's generally more exciting to commentate. That looked like a double hit
Right.
of a plasma shot on Dragon from
Yep.
CheeseReaver. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
generally you see double hits from plasma shots on bosses like GT, but just due to the setup you use. But I've never before today seen it on Dragon. I've learned 2 things today about Super Metroid.
3, I hope. The third
3.
one being check your Super Missile count before you try to Crystal Flash.
Oh yeah, that would be the 3rd. That's definitely a thing I've learned.
Gerbo, bomb jumping up to the You Are Leaving Crocomire energy tank.
Yeah. Yeah, you can peek that item from the moment you enter Norfair. You don't really need Varia suit to peek it, although peeking it is not even considered logic. Just
Right.
because peeking it doesn't get you an item. But it is useful to know because peeking items can tell you where important items are because you get to see them. And important items can be suits. And it's generally good to know where your suits are.
Agreed. Those early climb supers checks when you have a suit there. Back to gauntlet checks. Anything that lets you see an item so that you know whether or not you have to go back for it has the potential to be an incredible time saver.
Definitely. And I think we have reached that point where Prankard is not realizing that he doesn't have 10 supers. Oh no. Oh, he might be farming. But we do see Kuru finally picking up his gravity suit. And yes, we will see some farming for super missiles from Prankard.
Hopefully, what we don't see are happiness super missiles being fired into the pit.
I would fire happiness grapple beams into the pit. If I was,
Oh, there you go.
Happiness grapple beams work out both ways because you get to show your happiness and you also get to farm.
And we see Kuro leaving Kraid, not picking up Spazer. And with Charge Ice Wave Plasma on the top side, that is a full beam combo for both runners. Do you think Cheese will pick up one more energy tank to enable stand-up?
If he does, it's worth it in terms of direct time save. If he decides to go checking for it, it's worth it because stand-up does save 15 to 20 seconds with full beam loadout. So I would predict he will. But of course that depends on whether he decides to check things because checking things can easily bleed time that's more than the time stand-up will save. And of course stand-up does come with the risk of soft locking, but Prankard does get that Crystal Flash clip. So he will be moving on to face Botswoon and will not have to worry about soft locking because he has Charge Beam.
Yep, and kudos to Prankard for the persistence to make that happen.
Definitely. It's very easy to get into just a bad mindset where you just don't have the confidence and you go looking for other things. And if you just keep it up and just keep on trying, then you will eventually get it. So it's definitely good to see that happen. But we also do see CheeseReaver taking on Fantoon, and with the Charge Wave Ice Plasma beam loadout, it is fairly easy to get a fairly consistent 2-round from Fantoon. Because you can just do 2 missiles, charge shot, 2 missiles, charge shot, and then Fantoon's down. It's generally seen in categories such as North Korea percent and RBO, where you come to Fantoon late.
Sorry, did you say North Korea percent?
Yes, I did. North Korea percent is known as that because it is based on the boss order Dragon Fantoon Ridley Kraid, also known as DPRK for short. So that's why it's called that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's an interesting category because it involves Upper Norfair Hell runs and Suitless Meridia, but it doesn't involve Lower Norfair Hell runs. So it's basically just an RBO but with a funny name.
Huh.
So yeah, I have run that category, and a few other competitors in this tournament have run this category more than I have run that category. So it's definitely a fun category if you ever want to try it.
I'll pass. GRBow heading up. GRBow heading up is going to collect Space Jump.
Yeah, that Space Jump is, like we said before, a very nice find. And do see Prankard entering Dragon. Doesn't have Ice Beam, of course, because he did do that Crystal Flash. So I doubt we'll be seeing Prankard pick up the Ice Beam.
Probably not. Maybe fire a super missile into it. If he checks the bottom of the top of Red Tower.
Yeah, that might be a thing that happens. Yeah, we see him do that setup for the grapple quick kill, but then abandon it. I'm pretty sure that was because Screw Attack removes goop, and that can be annoying at times. Yeah, simultaneous Dragon fights. Prankard takes Dragon down, and then Kuru is now facing Dragon, but Kuru will have a slightly faster Dragon fight just because of the beam combo differential.
Indeed. Prankard not bothering to check the item behind Dragon. Understandable.
And we do see a very nice quick grapple from Kuru on Dragon, finishing that fight very quickly. So Kuru, having taken down all 4 bosses, will now be heading to Turian, where CheeseReaver already is. And CheeseReaver, having the Ice Beam, is now in a position where he can use that Ice Beam to freeze the Metroids and take them down quickly. I say quickly because the alternative is using power bombs, and generally waiting for 3 power bomb explosions is slower than using Ice Beam and a super missile on each Metroid.
Yep, Ice Beam is at the just behind the Alpha power bombs, Phoenix down. And Cheese is through the 4th Metroid room and is about to wear a giant, oversized novelty hat.
Either that or do speedless baby skip. And in all honesty, I feel like, given number 1 that he's damaging down, I'm pretty sure he's choosing the oversized novelty hat. And also speedless baby skip is hard. Much harder than baby skip with high jump and speed. And it also doesn't really save as much time because it's slower. But yeah, that's my talk on just get grabbed on by the baby Metroid.
Well, my strategy for this room is I may have 14 energy tanks, but I'm getting grabbed by that baby Metroid anyways, so...
Yeah, what's fun is that you can actually turn off Varia to reduce your length of time spent wearing an oversized novelty hat by half, because the baby Metroid Drain is one of the 2 things that actually listens to whether you have Varia suit on or off, but not gravity suit. So,
right.
In categories like 100%, where you can sometimes have a Varia suit turned off earlier in the run, it definitely saves time if you get grabbed by the baby Metroid, just due to the duration of the drain.
That would be because the drain actually deals damage, as opposed to just causing the number to go down, and having less damage reduction from suits means that you take more damage.
Yeah. Baby Metroid Drain and Mother Brain, Rainbow Beam are the two things in the game that only listen to Various Suit being on or off. It's weird. This game is sometimes weird, but overall, it's a very good game, very solid game. Would play again.
When is your next match?
Whenever first round of brackets is, I think.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I already played Nefty. I will not spoil the results of that match.
Okay.
And I'll actually not spoil the results of that match, unlike the last time I said I wouldn't spoil the results of a match.
And J-Chalk in the 6-0 bracket, but I'm not going to tell you how his race went 2 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that may or may not have been a thing I said.
The thing that I did want to say, with respect to Various Suit and Rainbow Beam damage, is I have seen a number of people in this tournament forget about that extra damage and go in with the intention to just get drained down to within 100 energy and lose their race.
Yeah, that is just not a good time. But Prankard has run out of super missiles and is going to have to... Oh, that's a saving super missile pack right there. That saves Prankard from having to go to the back of the ship. But this is actually a close race now between GRBow and Prankard. Like, they are...
Indeed.
They are 2 screens apart. This is very close. Oh, Remod Turris, it's not because it's... Oh no. GRBow does have to do Dragon, so... Yeah,
Oh, GRBow doesn't have Ice Beam. Yeah.
Yeah, GRBow has no Ice Beam, GRBow still has to do Dragon, yeah. I take back what I said about it being as close of a race.
That's fair. I'm amused that GRBow did a gravity jump there while having space jump.
And sometimes you just forget what items you have. It's definitely an understandable thing to do.
It is.
Yeah, especially when the space jump and screw attack versus the no space jump and screw attack animations are the same.
Yeah.
But it's a thing that happens. Has happened to me. But
yeah, CheeseReaver firing hyper beam shots into Mother Brain's big, stupid face, as he would say.
Yeah, that does sound like a cheese thing to say. Yeah.
And she's down.
Yeah, the reason that Mother Brain 3 has 36,000 health, which I'm pretty sure is more than anything else in the game in terms of health, is because Hyper Beam deals 1,000 damage per shot, and that's more damage per second than anything else in the game.
She has 35,000 health?
36,000.
36,000? Huh.
Mother Brain 3 does, that is. Mother Brain...
Yeah, I'm not doubting your knowledge of the game. That's just more damage than 32,768, the highest number you can store in a signed variable in a 16-bit system.
Oh, well, all I know is that the people in the Super Metroid community say Mother Brain 3 has 36,000 health, and I don't doubt it, because...
I believe them.
Yeah.
Like we said, wikis are the arbiters of truth.
That is true. We did say that. Yeah. CheeseReaver not having the speed booster is going to have to go the long way through the escape and does break spin while jumping up the climb. Bit of a time loss, but he gets right back to it. And Kuru is fairly close behind, entering the Mother Brain 1 fight.
Mm-hmm.
And Prankard having left the wrecked ship, this time with the lights on. And GRBow in the Phantoon fight, but he does still have to go back and kill Dragon. So, that is...
Yeah, what Nessarius said, it's probably unsigned. And yes, CheeseReaver does make it out.
And yeah, get your GZs in chat for CheeseReaver finishing on the non-vanilla ship, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 22 seconds. GG.
GG to you, CheeseReaver. We will be joined by Cheese for an interview.
Yeah, definitely a good. Definitely always good to have runners in for interviews because it's always nice it's always interesting to figure out what they had going through their heads during a race because it can be all sorts of things.
Yep. If we interviewed Mother Brain at the end of the race, the only thing she'd have going through her head are hyper beam shots, but you know.
True. Well, I don't know if we could interview Mother Brain's head at the end of the race, given that it disappears after the cutscene.
We just know that it's heading off to the next fortress for the next game.
Yeah, everybody knows that final bosses or bosses in video games have infinite lives. That's just common knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, some video game minions have infinite lives too. You just walk like a little bit to the right or to the left and you walk back and there they are.
Yeah, it's just
like you never killed them.
Yeah, it's a questionable thing, but it is how video games work in not modern days, but well, I would say modern days because video games are a modern day invention.
Well, yeah. even some current generation video games do that kind of thing. I keep getting attacked by raiders in Fallout no matter how many of them I kill, and no, Gerbo did not find ice. He did not check Red Tower. Welcome, CheeseReaver. GG to you, sir.
Thank you. What in the world happened?
You beat Mother Brain before your opponent, ran back to the ship, and pressed down before they did.
Okay, that's fair. That was really the only question I
had. Well, it's been nice talking to you, Cheese. Have a great night. Everyone go follow.
Thank you. What in the world happened? Where was Speed?
No idea.
Okay, well,
we will
credits
see
are
it. Yeah. We'll
credits are coming up on my side. Okay, that's fair. That was really the only question I had. I'll not spoil it for the for everybody, but yeah, that wasn't happening. And Spring Ball, that wasn't happening either.
Where was Speed?
Nor X-Ray. Yeah, I wouldn't find any of those. Credits are coming up on my side.
X-Ray.
Yeah, I wouldn't find that. Yeah, Speed was an X-Ray. I'll not spoil it for the. For everybody, but
I was going to check the entirety of Wreck Ship.
Spring Ball, that wasn't happening. I found ice there at the top of Red Tower after my failed Crystal Flash
I
Lips.
any of those.
I just need to practice that. I used to be able to do them, but I'm well out of practice. It's been a long time since I've had to do one.
Yeah, Speed was an X-ray.
But then I found ice there at the top of Red Tower, so that was awesome. It looks like Kuru is not that far behind me, being in the escape.
Yep.
So they're like, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say the main difference between you guys was Kuru went up and did the front of Wrecked Ship, and then went down and did lower warfare, and then finally found the gravity suit at Varga suit.
Oh, so he did lower warfare. So he skipped Kraid when he went down.
Yeah, he skipped Kraid until after lower warfare. So
yeah,
that hurts. Ouch.
A little bit.
Yeah. Going up first was the main time loss just because of the routing inefficiencies.
Yeah, well, at least
and the location of the suits.
You said he only did the bottom half of Wreck Ship?
Yeah, just the two supers in the E-tank, and then he bailed.
Okay, that's not too bad. But still, I mean, you know. This one, I guess... This is one of those coin flip seeds, and a lot of seeds end up that way. And the up is good, down is bad, or the other way around. You know, it's very.
Yeah, that's just how a lot of Super Metroid Randomizer accessible tournament seeds go. But we do have a finish from Kuru in second place in a time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 4 seconds. GG to you, Kuru. How was your race? Tell us about
it. I don't understand logic anymore.
Fair enough.
Hey, that's better than me. I never did.
So I'm going through. I do wreck ship out of logic just because why not? I come back down. I know high jump was at early supers, so it's speed locked. I don't have bombs. I don't have space jump. How is Crate in logic?
Crate is in logic by going down and collecting the wave beam.
Okay, so that gets me
using-
to
I guess you know
Varia.
the Various suit.
Using the
then
wave beam to get Varia, and
bombs
then
were
using Varia to collect bombs.
Where is bombs?
corner of Bubble Mountain.
Oops. Never saw that.
It's okay.
I picked them up even though I really didn't need them at that point because I think I had like 25 power bombs at that point. Was this payback for an earlier seed that I rolled that had like 40 power bombs in it, or?
I rolled it, so no.
Okay.
Yeah, I had lots of power bombs too, and I was thinking that Crade's not in logic, so I decided not to go to Crade. And then I went as far as to actually fight Croc, because Wave Beam put Croc in logic. And like that was stupid because there's like 2 checks.
I mean, Croc's 5 checks, and in your position, it's definitely an understandable thing to do, especially given that the wave beam is in
Is
logic.
Croc PB in logic without bombs, or like is Ice Beam enough for that?
Croc PB is in logic with high jump, which you had.
But that was speed locked.
Oh, true. Speed was at X-ray, so space at
The beach, I think.
yeah, space at beach. Yeah, the gravity would have put the space in logic.
Yeah, I should have just gone to
So-
Crade early and not worried about logic.
Yeah, gravity at space. Gravity would have put the space in logic, and then space would have put the speed in logic, and then speed would have put the high jump in logic. Or let's just have the space put the Croc PBs in logic, anyways. That's just much easier for everybody.
Yeah, my thought process was after I saved and wrecked ship and I went down, if there was nothing at high jump boots, Crade's not in logic. And then like, is there a chance that I need to actually continue in wreck ship or not? That's why I tried to avoid doing out of logic stuff. And it just
Yeah.
messed me up.
I
I should have just done Crate as normal, found my gravity right away, and
Yeah, I personally don't like the Crade skip because you're gonna do them anyway, and it's not much faster to go mode Crade than it is to full clear Crade like normal. So
the only reason I was considering Crate skip is I thought it might reset out of it, and I'd have to fight them again.
that's a
Go
fair,
back to wreck ship.
yeah, fair thought, but I don't know. It's
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't worth a shot. I mean,
yeah, worth a shot, but yeah, we do see Prankard taking on Mother Brain and is now doing the escape sequence. But yeah, going up was a rough choice in this seed, just because there was the ice beam up at top of Red Tower. But I was honestly thinking if you had gone down after the top of Red Tower, that wouldn't have been a bad play, just because you would have had the ice beam and then you got the gravity suit and then
yeah,
You're
I had some
set.
high jump to made it really tempting to go down right away after I saw that.
yeah, I definitely would
Because-
have gone down immediately. Probably wouldn't have done top of Red Tower, but that was just me.
Right? Yeah, if I would have done that, then I would have gone straight to Crate, and then it would have been a much different game.
Definitely.
Indeed. Especially since if you had gone up first and found the ice beam, you wouldn't be looking for a bot wound item while Cheese was trying
Unsuccessfully.
bomb crystal flashes.
While Cheese was unsuccessfully trying to crystal flash clip.
Fair.
But there's also the danger that you're going to skip too many checks, and you'll skip charge beam, and then you'll have to go clear places for ammo, and that would just be slow.
I remember finding charge, but I do not remember where.
Power bomb's a shame.
Ah. Yeah, I was still looking for hopefully another pack of supers at that point to make my Ridley a little more comfy.
Well, you found infinite ammo, so your Metal Gear headband proved to be more effective than one more pack of supers.
No doubt. So I see Prankard going to save the animals?
I guess so, yeah. Prankard saving the animals.
Odd to see before you get a dot done from your opponent.
Yeah, I can't say I approve of that, but some people just like to save those animals. I guess it's canon for Fusion, but who knows?
It's only canon if you want Fusion to end without Samus dying.
True. We could just have Samus die in Fusion. That would not be good, I guess, because I don't know about you, but I like Metroid games.
I mean, I do too, but Fusion is, a pretty weak entry.
I kind of have to disagree with you on that, but
Yeah.
I guess debating the good of Fusion or the not good of Fusion is kind of irrelevant when we do have a finish from Prankard in third place of the SRL room, but in first place in his race with a time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 42 seconds. And we also do have a forfeit from TheRealGRBow. So.
All right, well, I'm going to shuffle out of here before they come in and go eat some dinner.
That's entirely reasonable.
GG Kuru, thank you Invarial for the restream, thank you Invarial and Nibim2 for the comms, and Reem for the tracking. I'm going to go
And thank you Cheese for the racing.
Peace out,
GG,
y'all.
thanks, and I'll head out as well. Thanks, I'm to Invarial.
Yeah, GG to you, Kuru.
Yep,
Yeah.
Thank you Kuru also for racing. And again, please go give these runners a follow. They race Super Metroid for your amusement and enjoyment at no cost to you. Please go follow CheeseReaver, Kuru9798, TheRealGRBow, who is joining us in the booth, and Prankard, who needs to step away for a moment, but will also be joining us in the booth.
Yeah, GG you, Gerbo. How do you feel like your race went?
Horrible. It's horrible. I spent like the past half hour looking for either speed or ice, because I feel like I'm really stupid and I missed something really obvious.
You did miss something really obvious, but that's not a slight against your intelligence. Alpha power bombs and the missile behind it, Ice Beam, was right there.
Oh man, I never went into Red Tower.
Yeah, and speed was at X-ray, I think. So
I never went to Red Tower.
This happens.
The only reason I didn't go into Red Tower is because I didn't have power bombs at the time, I don't think, or I didn't go up to wreck ship first. It was probably a combination of me thinking I could do Norfair and Kraid first.
Understandable thought. And we are joined in the booth by Prankard, the winner of tonight's 2 and 4 race. GG to you, Prankard. How was your race?
Well, we'll let GRBow finish first.
Yeah, sorry about
Prankard.
That. Yeah, sorry.
Just by curiosity, was I one of the first people to find gravity?
You were the second person to find gravity?
Okay, I just wanted to know. I felt really ahead when I got gravity, and then I felt really behind when I didn't have speed or ice for half hour.
Where was speed and ice? I didn't know where they were.
Ice at back of a power bomb, speed at X-ray.
Okay.
We're in the same boat.
Yeah. I had an interesting race. Lots of facepalm moments and hard times, and some really good bits and some really, really bad bits. A lot of really bad bits, but it got done. It got done.
Yeah. Fun fact: you cannot Crystal Flash without sensors. Yeah.
Yes, I now understand this. That was the facepalm moment that I was talking about. So yeah, I think that was maybe 4 or 5 resets until I realized.
I think it was 4 resets.
Yeah, that was quite a long time, and then I had to refarm and then reset it all up again, and then save and then go again.
But then you got it.
I did get it like second or third try. Then I was just sitting there for ages going, why can't I get this? It's like I've lost my, is it Space Jam, when all the basketball players get all their powers absorbed and sucked out of them. I felt like that for a good 5 minutes.
Yeah, but it's just when you get into a reset loop and you don't really think about it. You just go back and you have to go at it again and again and again until you get it, and you just never get it. And unbeknownst to you, it's not because
I know.
your timing is not
I'm
optimal.
staring at those pixels, going, "It's right. It's right."
Yeah, and it's never right because you need 10 supers.
Yeah, so that was a really healthy seed as well, right at the beginning.
It was a lot of E-tanks, I agree.
I really thought, like, if I played it safe, like, I might just be able to, like, someone might make a death, and that might make it a bit easier for me. If I just make sure I stay healthy, and I'm normally quite good at that, but that wasn't happening at the beginning. But we did have very limited supers.
We did.
I hated that super count.
And I feel like because I managed to get the wave gate glitch, that maybe some people were struggling. I think I persisted a couple times, and I'm really glad I did, because behind the wave gate at pink
Wasn't
was
that
Varia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Varia.
So I was really glad I got that.
Did you guys see what I tried to do the high jump with setup, and then I realized I had high jump on.
Has happened to me many times.
I completely forgot I had high jump, so I went over. I just did the whole setup, and I'm like, oh crap, I have high jump.
Yeah, and then you bonk your head and you realize.
Oh, hey, I have an item. Yeah, I did everything short of going back down, and this, like, before I forfeited, I was actually heading my way back down to Lower Norfair. I was like, maybe something's at GT. Maybe I forgot something there. Because I skipped that, and I'm sure you guys are wondering why I was just skipping supers all over the place, but I think I skipped, like, 20 supers? Maybe?
I have to interrupt you there to say, have a great night, Remocturus. Thank you for tracking tonight's match. Once again, go give Remocturus a follow.
Yeah. Go give.
Please continue.
Thank you to Invario and MM2 for doing a great job here. I'm gonna have to rewatch.
You don't know.
Race.
You don't know that we did a great job here.
You know what? Fine. You did a horrible job.
We could have just twiddled our thumbs and hummed for 62 minutes.
But boy, what great 62 minutes of humming that would have been.
That would have been great.
I would rewatch that.
I would
I can tell you I definitely enjoyed that humming for 62 minutes.
Oh, joy. But yeah, I feel like I did waste a lot of time in this seed. And that if I had just remembered Red Tower existed, then I probably would have been in a better spot here. I wouldn't be playing Tetris right now, I'd be playing Super Metroid.
Wait, are you playing Tetris right now?
Yep.
What occurs to you?
This entire time that we've been talking, while I've had Gerbow's Tetris stream up, we have had no audio.
Oh wow.
Oh no, I feel terrible for everyone that missed all of that description. So what I'm gonna have to
It
ask
was
you
so
to
good
do,
as well.
Prankard, it was incredible. There was
I know.
so much.
Well, there's such great content we had.
It's fine.
It was like a Lord of the Rings movie finale. That was, I think, what we just.
I'm honestly
pulled.
surprised I've made it this far in Tetris. So,
Gerbo, could you do me a tiny favor and unmute your stream? Unmute your game audio.
There you go. Enjoy that.
We should hopefully have some Tetris audio coming through soon. Oh well. Anyways, yes. So the thing that we were talking about just before being told that there's been no comms audio and just Tetris play was Prankard soft locking in Frog Speed, almost soft locking in Frog Speedway. So if you could go over that one more time.
Yeah. So I was explaining that as I entered the Frog Speedway, I shot like an angled shot in the sky, and I heard a crumble block go. Because obviously what's happening, I think, is there's like crumble blocks in the ceiling, and you kind of like ruin the it despawns things, and then things respawn, and now enabling the bomb blocks to pass through. So I did a stupid shot early, and that basically messed up the entire setup. So as I was going through, it was going to break early. So I got stuck in between, but not fully stuck. And I've never actually gotten out of that before, and never realized you could get out. And because I heard that shot and the crumble block in the ceiling before, I realized that maybe you could shoot it again and then get back out, because it was like a completely different place than we were shooting before. So I shot right and tried to get out, and it worked. I was kind of half tempted to save, but then I realized that, YOLO, I could have died then, and I'm behind. We spent so long farming in GT. Yeah, let's just go. Let's go. And I'm really happy I didn't soft lock again.
MM2 can attest for the fact. MM2 can attest for the fact that I yelled at you to save the game.
Yes, I'm sure people did. I'm sure they did.
Yeah. And Vario probably yelled at Week 1 me to also save the game.
Retroactively, yes.
Yeah.
I think I also had another moment about Kraid, and he just really wanted to go to prom today, and he really wanted to dance with me for a really long time. I think I tried to... I got really angry, and I decided to face hug him and shoot a load of missiles in his face, and I missed all of them. And then I had no missiles, and then it just took a really long time. And
Gerbo,
it
do you want to talk about Gerbo, do you want to talk about the dead zone at the top of Kraid's head, where he doesn't take damage?
Dead zone?
You were firing missiles like through the top of Kraid's head.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah. I thought you were wanting to talk about the thing where I just completely glitched around Kraid there too.
No, because I also don't want to talk about you misplacing all of those pieces. I just want to talk about the missiles that passed through the top of Kraid's head, causing you to not do any damage to him before he stood up.
This game was over. I don't know how to aim when it comes to Kraid, to be honest.
Okay.
Aiming is not something you should expect me to do in Metroid. I just basically shoot in a direction until something is dead. As long my philosophy is shoot until dead. So it doesn't matter how many shots I miss, as long as it's dead in the end, then I'm okay.
I think I can get behind that, That's my strategy most of the time. Shoot until dead, then next room.
Shoot until dead?
I think...
and also go fast.
I think you've been cribbiting my first-person shooter strats. It's shoot and then die. So you've improved on the formula a little bit.
Yeah. Hopefully.
All right. Do you two have anything final you want to say about the seed? Because we should probably wrap things up and stop watching Tetris.
I can beat one more level in Super Mario World real quick. Besides that, that's it. I'll be quick here.
I say it was it was an interesting seed. I think it was actually quite a jet seed if you played it right, and if I didn't make all my mistakes. Like I think my routing was actually very good. Had I been able to not create a prom, not messed up Frog Speedway, and not managed to reset my game quite a number of times to Crystal Flash.
This is fair.
But thanks very much for doing all the restream and doing the comms and doing the tracking. It makes this much more enjoyable of my torturous seed. Thank you.
Yeah, that was. Oh, I didn't like the seed personally, but thank you guys for doing the comms. Thank you for letting me get a level of Super Mario World in. And
Hey, no problem.
Watching me play Tetris.
You should drop by my place sometime and watch me play Tetris and pick up a few things.
Yeah, I'm surprised I was doing that well for so long. But yeah, thank you. Shoutouts to the Embario MN2 and was it who was doing tracking?
Reem, I think.
Yeah, thank shoutouts to Reem. GG's to everyone that raced. GG's to Frank. I did have a question about tournament placings. Do you know how it's all working, Embario?
We are going to be finding out the final vote total on Monday.
Awesome. Thank you for that.
No problem.
I've been Gerbo. See you guys later.
Take care, Gerbo. Take care, Prankard.
Bye.
Bye.
I have been and shall continue to be Invarial, and MM2, I'm going to let you send us off.
Alrighty, well, yeah. First of all, of course, thank you, Invarial, for co-commenting this match with me, and of course, race streaming this match. Definitely a pleasure once again to do co-coms with you for SMRAT matches. But to everybody who's watching, thank you for watching Speedrunners Arena in the SMRAT tournament tonight. My name has been MM2 Nest Cartridge, and see you next mission. Thanks for watching.